reaching out to all the masses on the African continent, and tuning to the Pan-African Bliss Show with your host, none other than Joby, from Monday to Friday. Stay tuned and greetings and salutations, Master James and Robinson, all the way in Switzerland, and you're tuning into the Black House Fire Radio, and you're listening to the African Diary Show. Greetings and salutations, Master James and Robinson, all the way in Switzerland, and you're tuning into the Black House Fire
Radio. Yeah. Your body good to me. I don't want nobody touching on my baby. You say you're there for me. Anytime you want it, no, I am ready. Don't waste no time whenever you call. I'm saving my love for you. I know just what you like. I don't want nobody touching on my baby. I came in here for a good time, yeah. I keep your hands to your soft time. And when I come around, just know it's mine. I'm the one to cause trouble tight. So when you come close, my baby is a no. So leave my baby boo on the dance floor. Cause my baby goes slow, my baby want I'm here all night, oh don't you know. Your body good to me. I don't want nobody touching on my baby. You say you're there for me. Anytime you want it, no, I am ready. Don't waste no time whenever you call. I'm saving my love for you. I know just what you like. I don't want nobody touching on my baby. I don't want nobody, body. I don't want nobody touching on my baby. Body. I don't want nobody touching on my baby. Run, and you better run. Cause I'm packing a gun. I got, I'm coming in hot and I'm heavy. What, that's a one. My money, look for another one. Alarm, I'll ring the alarm. Cause I don't want nobody touching on my baby. And if you think I'm going crazy, yeah, I might be. And don't you know that I don't call myself a lady? Hands up, back up, yeah. Cause I don't want nobody touching on my baby. Nobody. I don't want nobody touching on my baby. Nobody. I don't want nobody touching on my baby.
Yes, family, karibuni sana, and good afternoon, good morning to everyone listening to me via the radio station, on Facebook, on YouTube, and of course to everyone live with me on TikTok. Karibuni sana to the Black Fire Network radio station. My name is Joby, and of course this is the Pan-African Bliss Show, brought to you by the one and only, the baddest and the only DJ tonight. But today and right now, we get to talk about politics and different matters. It is exactly 22 minutes past 1 p.m. and I'm late today for today's show, but I'm glad to still be here and be able to talk to you about a few things going on across the African continent. Yesterday, we want to share a video about Julius Malema, and that is my topic of the day as a major topic. And this is a topic we've had some time back as a major topic as well. You know, when you talk about the issue of family planning or the family planning method in Africa, and if Africans really need it, and if you look at also how we did debate it last time, as it really helps in reducing the cases of poverty or the rate of poverty in the continent. If you try to look at it, it hasn't. And if you also look at the health matters of it also comes with a lot of effects, and which comes with a lot of money to also take care of yourself. So karibuni sana, we shall be talking about that, because on a certain meeting that I cannot figure out which meeting it was, but it was in South Africa. Julius Malema was talking to Africans, I'd say, not just to South Africans, but Africans, and trying to educate them about the family planning method and the agenda of it. And there's much more deeper to this that we are less educated about. But again, the question of today is, do you really need family planning method? And if so, what is the safest family planning method should we use? Because I remember also Katie has had this debate before on the Wellness Wednesday, and she did share a video from, I can't remember the sister's channel, but shout out to Niche. I think she's also followed by Nish, and Nish used to share a couple of our videos to us every time she could bump into anything interesting. And she was educating of where we have traditional methods of family planning. They are there, but they come with also a lot of, you taking care of yourself. Because personally, I've been educated a few details about it, and I did discuss it, but I do not know much more of it. But in case you know much more of the information, and of course, what we shall be talking about today, karibuni sana. I shall also be sharing a video. Yesterday, we were discussing about the issues of immigration, the aliens, and now they're taking over the U.S. right now, where it is, which actually is going to lead to civil war. The question comes to Africans, Americans. What is the backup plan that you have? What are you going to do in this moment? But it's crazy to see Africans, while we have Africans, Americans who should be actually finding a way and figuring ways and actually have a way of coming back here and find an escape plan. It's crazy to see Africans are running away from the continent. There's war literally in every area where Black people we are. And it is crazy. I'll be showing a video of where we have this lady who calls out Africans who moved to Canada. And some people are mad because of what she said. They're like, you are so educated, blah, blah, blah. Why, how comes you're using this kind of a tone on us and all that? So we'll be sharing much more of that and much more of what is coming on today's conversation. So karibuni sana. I began with an amazing banger. That was Motaka featuring Emma, if I'm not wrong. And of course, the name of the jam is Touching on My Baby. I really love it. I am enjoying and jamming into that. Back to the music. This is by the one and only... Let me see, who am I playing? And of course, I'll be coming back with the quote of the day. This is Otile Brown featuring Darasa Keyo. And of course, I hope you guys get to enjoy this. I'll be coming back with the quote of the day and much more of what is happening. Shout out to Percy, shout out to Perry, shout out to Antonio, everyone on TikTok. Karibuni sana to Black Hot Fire.
Ladies of Tokani mnajijua sila mara kulinda kuona steps. Ladies of Tokani mnajijua hapa mnajeza kuona shit roll here. Pretty very fast. Lips kiss red white dress.
Wewe, I mean, hata kama upende Otile Brown, I mean, hata kama upende Otile Brown, how could you not jump to this jam? Wewe, karibuni sana to the Black Hot Fire Network radio station. This is the Pan-African Bliss Show. I wish I can continue, but tonight, remember, we have the culture show. That is me and Kamlesh. And remember to tune in and request your amazing request. Kwanza leo ni Thursday. We're going all the way TBT. Shout out to Cute, Dadodi, karibu sana. Thank you so much for tapping the screen, and thank you for the compliments. I love me too. I love me too the way I look. Kasante sana. And also see you're saying that makeup on point. Imagine I have no makeup. I have no makeup. I just have lashes and gloss on. I have no makeup. It's just my skin popping. Thank you, though. Asante sana. I also see we have all I see Karibu sana in the building. And to everyone who's tuning and streaming also via the radio station on Facebook and also on YouTube. Karibuni sana. We shall be restoring the website page very soon, so you can go back to the show page, and also back our application shall be coming back to also the Play Store, the Google Play Store very soon, so you can download. For those who have been asking, where is our app? But for now, you can just go to www.blackhotfirenetwork.com, sign in with your name, and you're given the chance to also purchase some merchandise. We have amazing goodies. We have amazing mugs. We have amazing handbags for the ladies. We have amazing hoodies, and so much more. And you can also be able to share much more content on our social page. Nonetheless, karibuni sana. My name is Joby, and of course, welcome to today's show. You're saying that love the show from Magoroto. Thank you so much for tuning in, and also shout out to Wenhag ama huyo mwenye ako hapo, karibu sana. My quote of the day today is happy Thursday. Life is what we make it, and always has been and always will be. Imagine that simple. Life is what we make it, always has been, always will be. So remember, you are the author of your own life. That is what I'll tell you. But anyway, starting with the conversation of the day, I'm coming back with this amazing lady. I don't know where she's coming from, but I bet she's in Canada, coming educating Africans all about this. She knows what she's talking about. And some people are mad, like I said, and I always love seeing people mad, trust me. Especially those who do not understand what is happening. You're mad for no reason. You're attacking people on the comments for no goddamn reason. So yeah, we have this video, which is warning Africans not to move to Canada. And is whereby they're saying that listen to this warning about Africans migrating to Canada only to accept jobs requiring lower qualification. Then once they have it in their homes, than the ones they have in their own homes. That is what they mean right here. And I was going through the comments. They are hilarious. I'll be reading some of them. But let's listen to what she has to say. And I have my own thoughts regarding this.
Messages for Africans that want to come to Canada.
Shout out to Ali. Shout out to Sami. Karibuni sana.
Don't. Let me be very honest. Why? All right? They'll tell you, oh, they can get you jobs here. But what they don't tell you is that the jobs that they're giving you is ones Canadians don't even want to do themselves. All right, you leave your job over in Africa. You're probably a banker, someone ranked very high and respected. And you come here to be a cleaner. You come here and they put you in a position to be a farmer. Like the mere disrespect. And it's not like you're not paying your way. You're paying, and you're paying a hefty fine to come here and create a better life. But the disrespect, like, I'm sorry, I find that as very disrespectful, because I know for a fact that if it was a white person or any person that was Canadian that came to Africa, y'all would have kissed them in a higher position. Well, guess what?
True. Pause on that. That is just true fact. She did spit over there. If it was Canadians, if they come here, and I'd love to give a perfect example from an article I read that was on January. No, not on January, but I think on mid-November, October there, where we saw we have Cuban doctors in Kenya. Cuban doctors in Kenya, and they're highly paid. And they express how they were not very well paid in their country. And of course, after coming to Kenya, this has been the most amazing experience for them. We're talking about Cuban doctors. Let us look at Cuba today. Let me just pull this down a little bit. I'll be coming back to it. Let us look at Cuba. How does it look? Because the last time I checked, it is very poor. The poorest country in the world. If I'm not wrong, correct me as well. Correct me as well. So let me check. Cuba, let's see. City. Let's see the development. Okay, I don't know. There's one that Keith made me pull. If Keith, you are in the building, let me know which one is it. There's one that Keith made me. You made me pull a certain state of Cuba and how it looks like. It's very dirty, so undeveloped. The ones I can see right now, I'm seeing just clean cities. The ones I'm trying to see here, they look very clean. But anyway, that aside, whatever this lady is saying, that is very, very true. If you look at Africans today, we're rushing to these outside countries thinking we're going to get all the money or better payment than what we have right here in Africa. What they don't tell you, even despite not the jobs you're going to get, is not what the Canadians want. What they don't tell you is there's racism there. You're not needed there. Have you seen Kenyans? I mean, we have videos on TikTok. I'd share them. We have so many. If you just go type right here on TikTok, Kenyans in Canada who are freezing in cold, we have so many of them begging to be accepted, begging for job opportunities, begging to be given houses. And it won't happen. You know why? When you're African. You're going to an unwanted nation. And where actually, the funny thing is where your government will never fight for you, where your system will never stand for you. Make that make sense. But let me continue sharing. What she said is true. When these Canadians, not even Canadians, even the Chinese, they come here, we kiss their ass. They try to mute that. Let me say it out loud. We do. We're kissing these people's ass. And it's crazy.
They ain't doing that for you, boo-boo. They are not. This message is for Africans that want to come to Canada.
Yeah, so I think that's the end of the video over there. And of course, they won't do anything. They won't do anything for you. It is crazy. You'll keep on waiting and waiting, but nothing is ever going to happen. Your government won't stand for you. And funny thing we're seeing right now, like Kenya, Malawi, the governments right now are sending the young African people that have been demonstrating, crying for job opportunities and employment to Israel to become farmers. I don't know how many of you have seen that, but we had a number of group of Kenyans that is supposed, I don't know if they have been taken, but they were supposed to be taken to Israel to become farmers. Malawi did the same thing. And Malawi defended itself by saying, this has been happening for the longest time. This has been happening for the longest time. So why is it coming as a surprise? This is crazy. But I see, I don't know how to call you. I just see an emoji. I don't know how to call you. I see you saying, wow, thank you for the compliments. And I also see Keith in the building. Shout out to Peter Masharia. And you're saying that most Kenyans, Americans in New York. Yeah, that is true. That is in Dallas. That is where I know most of the Kenyans are actually in majority. But if you look at, I'm talking this as a whole, where how Africans, we are suffering. I don't know if you've seen, this same issue is the same issue happening today in the US. The illegal immigration. And for Africans, I'd say, for us, we're not just immigrating because we really want to. If you look at countries like Sudan, did you see what happened yesterday in Sudan? A blackout. These people have no internet, no lights, no nothing. To the rest of the world, literally nobody can communicate to Sudan right now. And to know it's true, if you look at those articles, if you try to look at what is happening right now, there's no news coming in or out of Sudan. So it's not literally all about Kenya. Africans, where we are under attack. We're being attacked. How are we going to survive this? Personally, I feel for my brothers and sisters in the US, because I don't know how people are going to tackle this. And we were talking yesterday with Keith when he was telling me about where most of the people do not even have passports. Most of the African Americans do not even have passports. So imagine from the point where you can't even be able to afford a passport to move around, how will you be able to escape all this? So it's crazy. It is crazy. And this is why we need to realize African Americans and Africans in the continent. You need to unite. We need to stop having this mentality of Africans, Americans, they are a poverty escape plan. Let me say what it is. I think that is how it is assumed, if that is the correct term. Poverty escape plan. You don't see these people as your brothers and sisters. You assume everything is all good. But if you dig at history, at everyday's news of what Black people or the oppression in the United States, you won't take your black ass there. And sorry, and pardon my French. I also see you saying that Israel racism even worse. It's even worse. That is true. And I don't believe it's even Israel. All of them, I consider all of them the same. Trust me. It's all birds of the same feather flocking together. I don't consider them any different as for me. And I also see, thank you so much for tapping the screen. I also see we have Kenyam Zalendo, Karibu Sana. Hope you're doing amazing. And shout out to Gideon, also in the building. Let me know what are your thoughts. And shout out to Jiba Jaba, who's also with us. I'll share in this video here where we have Africans being warned are going to Canada. I mean, where is the lie? You're going to face racism. It's not just in Canada. In all the Arabic countries, in China, we had a Chinese man in 2020, Kithia, where they wanted to eat an African man there because they were hungry. You're not needed there, So it is super crazy. But I was going through the comments and I see one of them was like, why do immigrants warn others not to come to Canada, Europe, but they never leave themselves? That is a good question. That is actually a good question. That is a good question over there. Why are you warning others not to go there while you don't want to leave? One, I believe personally, if I try look at this, let me assume the African Americans, they're people who all they know is where they have been raised and they don't know anything else. All they see or hear is all from the controlled media, and that's all they believe. If that is one scenario. And this other scenario is you'll find these people have learned how to survive here because we move. If you look at Africans, how they move to Arabic countries, to Canada, to Europe, to China, Asia, whatever, trying to look for greener pastures, we have less education and knowledge of what we're going to deal with. One, again, like I said, racism. It's there, like it or not. And that's why I laughed yesterday when you saw this Indian, when he faced the culture shock of Kenya being beaten on the airport. He's like, oh, it's not safe. We claim the same thing every time we're in your states, but you don't take no action. So what's up? But yeah, there's racism, number one. You're not needed there. Whatever you're looking for is not what exactly you're going to get. And of course, these, how do I call them? The agents who work with the government to send you there, which is all about collecting money from you, because she said it exactly. I'll repeat it one more time. You are paying money to go look for these greener pastures. Is that making sense to you? And after you get there, you're not going to get the same job you saved so hard for. I mean, this is continuation of slavery in a so unknown way.
Don't. Let me be very honest. Why? All right.
Let me say it one more time.
This message is for Africans that want to come to Canada. Don't. Let me be very honest. Why? All right. They'll tell you, oh, they can get you jobs here. But what they don't tell you is that the jobs that they're giving you is ones Canadians don't even want to do themselves. All right. You leave your job over in Africa. You're probably a banker, someone ranked very high and respected. And you come here to be a cleaner. You come here and they put you in a position to be a farmer. Like the mere disrespect. And it's not like you're not paying your way. You're paying, and you're paying a hefty fine to come here and create a better life. But
her tone, I think I understand that tone. Came me understanding tones and reading, being perfect in reading. Tone. Her tone was received wrongly because she's questioning in a manner like, how dare you? Like, how dare you? It's supposed to come out in an educative tone, if I'm right. Yeah, it has to come in a very, you're giving information, not like that though, the way she is doing it, but I get it. So last one of the comments, the last of it says, I understand that millions of people need to migrate because they are being persuaded, or they either do that or starve to death, which is true. If you look at people like in countries like Djibouti, Eritrea, Congo. Have you seen Congo? Sudan right now. It's crazy. So many countries are going through a lot. So, I mean, I can't stand there and just watch myself die. I need to find rescue. And I believe that is why we have so many Africans going in trying to seek a way to make a survival for their children or for their families. It's not because we want to. That is one thing I think I'll also defend Africans on. It's not because we really, really want to. We've been kept on that position. Majority are in that position. We're dealing with a system that has ensured you're going to die struggling. No, actually, you don't know what peace is in your life. It's a system that controls, manipulates your mind, controls your money, controls your well-being. Can you imagine that? This is just super, super crazy. We need to tap to so much information and educate so many of us. And that's why I understand on the comment why people are mad. Because some people, if you look at the comments, some people are mad, I understand that. But yeah, we need to be very, very educated. We need to be very educated. The rest of the world is not our friends. We need each other as Africans. Like it or not, you need each other. The Chinese man is here to take over the same way. We think they are our friends. Because I was reading all the comments yesterday on one of the videos of Pan-Africanism. Then there's this man who said that Chinese are here to compete with the West. Something like that. I was like, it's so sad that we don't even know China is a puppet country and a puppet state coming in, representing, let me use that, the US and the Western countries. It is super crazy. It is crazy. But I see Kitty, you agreeing with me. And I also see Joe Mosquito says, illegal immigrants don't check hairlines or foreheads. We are on our own and have to unite. That is true. That is true, and that is fact. That is fact. It's crazy. I always feel so sad how we have so many. If we knew, this is where we needed people like Taraji P waking up so early. You know, we need people like, we need Africans, Americans, us creating our own media, something creative that is going to be able to educate and reach, be able to actually, how do I say, spread information very easily. We have people, so many people. If I'm to gather information, we have so many people who have undergone racism, who have been beaten, who have literally faced all types of torture from our enemies. But majority of these stories, they are either aired once and then silenced, and that's how the stories remain. Then you see someone does the same mistake. The same mistake. This is because the information is less spread. It's a one-time thing, it's trending, then that's the end of the discussion. The awareness is not made daily, you know? It's not there daily to be kicking your ass like, hey, if you go to Arab, no, this is what you're going to face. And don't call me. Don't call your government. You've been warned. If you take your food there, that is your fault. We need to have that type of system that is very strict, and by educating even their own people, because I understand they're quick learners and they're slow learners. And the slow learners will be willing to learn. At some point, there's some restriction on laws that we'll have to apply for them to comply, if that makes sense. It is crazy. This is super, super deep. But shout out to all the Africans who have stood up strong, you know. We've gone through a lot as a whole. We've gone through a lot, starting from the manipulation of mind. We've gone through a lot to survive all this, you know. It's crazy. I also see Jiba Jaba says that when Kenyans go work on the kibbutz, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, in apartheid Israel, are they sterilized as a condition of immigration? I'm not sure of that. I'm not sure about that, unless I find much more about it, but it could be possible. I'm not sure about that. But I also see you saying that I agree lack of knowledge will force you into a position that will benefit others and not your own people. Exactly. And that is what they've been doing for the longest time towards us as Africans. The fact that they denied us knowledge, made us pay for it, seek for it, beg for it. That is through schools, because that's what we do. I love referring back to what I saw this year in January. A mom who took 2 of her goats to school to hold a position for her child before she gets money to pay for the school fees. Do you know how crazy that is? We never used to sell our kettles, our herds. We never used to sell this is part of the world. We never used to do this to pay school fees. It is crazy. I'm trying to be very calm. Very, very calm. Very, very calm. But shout out to DJ Bound. Shout out to Freedom Media. Karibu Sana. But that is what is happening. Let me finish up this comment. What this guy says. He says, I understand millions of people need to migrate because they are being persecuted, or they either do that or starve to death. What I will never understand is middle class people who live a relatively comfortable life migrating. I also agree with you, and I personally know a few who did. Some returned after a few years, some stayed, and they all tell the same story about how they are treated like second-class people or worse. Wow, much more worse. Why why move to places that you clearly know there's racism and colonialists, and your colonist is gonna be treating you like trash? That is what he's saying, and that is true. That is a good point, and that is true. And that's why I'm saying Africans are less educated, and we're less informed about who our enemy is. I mean, we are so welcoming. We're very welcoming. You should see a kid looking at a mzungu. That starts with the TV, tele-live vision, you know. Oh my God, this is just so crazy. But anyway, I also see Jiba Jaba is saying that yes, tell our own story and filter. That is true. That is what we need to do, because I believe if we had, I believe if we had this built from the beginning or from a very long time ago, so much information about Black history, day-to-day Black history, day-to-day Black lives in the US, in Canada, in China, in Africa, day-to-day presentation of our lives, not the European Black people mixed up things, what we see on the mainstream media. We need our presentation. If we had that, I believe information would have actually spread so much quicker, especially right now, because we're seeing so many people waking up. Imagine me getting to be informed of, I'll give a perfect example, the Blackout Fire, you know. We have so many people coming to Blackout Fire, getting to know, hey, we have, you know, this story. If you want to find this story of Black history, if you want to find this story, know this is where you get to know much more of it, you know. It is so amazing. This would have been so amazing. It would have even made awakening of African people so much easy. I mean, it is happening right now. I'm seeing people using their platforms in a positive manner. Those who really mean using their platforms, leave alone the boat coins who are here for YouTube money, you know, the people who don't get shadow banned. Leave alone those ones. I'm talking about the real ones, those who are really willing to take it and to spread information, to educate their people. Because it is amazing, trust me. Getting to tell someone something new and them being interested, seeing the interest in someone, it's something also amazing and beautiful to watch. And also, Sijibazaba, you're saying that you put out the welcome mat and then you are treated like a doormat. Exactly the truth and the fact. And it is so sad to see that we don't change. We still remain the same people no matter how they treat us. You know, we remain surprised, but we don't change. You know, we're like, wow, you can do that, but I'm not going to stop being good just because you did that. Should I? You know, but it depends how many times do you do it also, because I'm going to knock you. But anyway, let me share this next video. Is of Julius Malema, like I promised. And the first question is, because I remember I talked about this. I don't know how many of you were here on the show. I did it last year on one of the Fridays about family planning. And one of the major questions of my show was, has it helped reduce the rate of poverty like the white man has lied to African people? Or has it created much more damage than we've ever expected? And I remember we checked, I can't remember her name. Kate, remind me her name. Her name was very interesting. The founder of family planning. And the agenda behind this was to depopulate the African people. And if you try to look at most of these family planning methods, because personally I gave my own experience of it, how it failed, and I won't go back there. But it triggered me at some point after my mom, I think after some years after my mom died, like she had the underarm family planning and she had this the same arm I think she had, the family planning, the same direction she had her breast cancer. So it just hit me. I'm like, after learning the safety measures, the pros and cons of it, I was like, what if this is what happened? I was just like, what if? And it remained a what if, but I always feel like it could have succumbed to it, because I don't know for how long she used them or used it. I don't know if she even knew it could have been a problem, or because Africans were less educated about most of the things we use and the products we have, you know. We see people bleaching. I don't know if those who bleach know as much as there's pros and cons, very visible pros and cons, because if you don't have the money to maintain, you're gonna look like a burning bleaching charcoal, you know, and it's not nice. But anyway, let me share this very quickly as I give my thoughts to all the conversation.
So it's not child grant that makes children. Plus, Lenan, you are worse.
I think the video had a low audio.
Most of you, 3, 2, 3. I don't understand. Those people, our grannies, grandfathers were giving birth. And there is nothing wrong with giving birth. It's our right. We are reproducing.
The video has low audio. I'll translate.
Never try to look like we are sophisticated. No, there's nothing wrong. And when they say, how are you going to feed these children? Tell them their father Malema will feed them.
Exactly, because
take over this government and take care of the poor of the poorest. In the
all right, let me pause that. So is saying, because that is only the one thing. I think they have made believe people of Africa, if you use the family planning, it's going to reduce the rate of poverty. One, because again, it's also made believe right now, unlike way back before, we used to have so many children, and this used actually to be as a form of wealth to us. Having so many children used to be a presentation actually of wealth. That is, let me put it like that. Having so many daughters could bring so many cattle. Not what we have today when you talk about the dowry giving, where you can see your man, after now he knows there's given dowry, is going to now butcher you. The next minute your head is missing. Not that type of generational wealth, not that type of wealth. We had just that talking of appreciation, like we always say, where African parents could exchange some things, you know, as a token of appreciation. Thank you for taking care of your daughter, blah, blah, blah. Thank you for doing this and this. All that could happen. So having so many sons was also another form of wealth. Like literally having so many children in Africa was a blessing. But today, it's like a curse. It's poverty. Because where are you taking these kids? I mean, in the economy of Ruto, are you crazy? Are you dumb? Can't you see taxes are literally getting high every single day? And can't you see the school fees? In which school are you going to be taking these children again? So they came up with this made-believe, I guess. Let me call it, you know, made-believe. If you use this, it's going to reduce the rate of poverty. You can decide how many number of children you want to have. But also one thing I think they missed is not understanding how fertile the African woman is. Or they knew, you know. And we also have strong genes. Our bodies can fight diseases and some things. A story for another day. A story for another day. So they came with the made-believe, if you use this, it's going to reduce the rate of poverty, which it didn't. Because we have so many people in Kibera who even have no children, and they're in poverty. We have people in Dandora who are orphans, and they grew up in poverty and know nothing else. Unless maybe you try to escape that. It just took me back to a certain story. Damn. Today is Thursday. I should share that. I had a sister, adopted sister once. Wow. Okay. Took me back. Anyway, yeah, you could be in Kibera, you have no children, or you have 2 children, but you're still poor. So I don't believe family planning, like we discussed last time, it has reduced any rate of poverty. And what Julius Malema is said, one, Africa, we're so blessed. If you take me back to where we had the Prime Minister of Uganda saying, you as an African person, you sound so crazy and you are an idiot, I quote, he said, if you don't know how to farm. Because now we're seeing white people coming and teaching how to use fertilizer, our seeds, genetically modified seeds, not even our seeds, genetically modified seeds, which is destroying our soil. The next minute you're so dependent on aid without realizing what happened to my soil. Why can't I farm anymore? Now you give up, you start buying food. And that's how they take control of everything. Just simple like that, without you knowing. Without you know, we're so blessed. We have so much land. If we fight, if we can be able to get also much more of what is stolen, because I defended the fact that why Africans don't practice farming is because we're still fighting to get our ancestral lands back. We're still seeing our Mau Mau fighters, our freedom fighters, trying to get the lands that were stolen back from us. And we see, the Somali president inviting them back. It is amazing to watch. It is beautiful. So whatever he's saying here, it is true. I'll try translate a little bit of, not translate, but give what he's saying, because the video is not really audible.
We are driven by black love. When we love black people, we will never see another black person suffer.
Exactly. That is true.
Poverty that exists amongst our people, which makes the EFF to fight. And we are going to fight until...
That's a lie. The EFF has not been fighting any poverty in South Africa. And correct me if you're in South Africa and you know much more better than I do. Okay? I'd love to hear from Sister Michelle. I don't know how it's going. It's not Sister Michelle. Sorry, not Sister Michelle. Sister Stacy. I'd love to hear how is it going over there. The last time we spoke, she gave us a lot of tea of what she has observed so far in South Africa and what she's learning about the culture, and all that. So, no, the EFF has not been fighting to get rid of poverty. It's the same thing but Raila has been doing here. It's the same thing Raila for the last decades has been trying to tell us, taking us to Maandamano. A few of us get killed. Then, of course, nobody's going to pay for this. Then we go back to the streets. We are demonstrating for what we know we are demonstrating for. But these people have different agendas. And their agenda is paid. This is their job. One thing we don't know, this is their work. This is their work to keep you on this road. Do you get it? So the EFF has not been fighting no poverty. This, let me tell you, and these are trained. Another thing I've learned about the oppositions, they are very well trained as well. Very, very well groomed. Very, very, very perfect in their speeches. I mean, you'd buy every word they're saying. You'd literally fall in love with, like, I really want to vote for you so bad. Because everything he's speaking here is facts. When it comes to applying actions, telling people, let's form a group on how we can. I want to educate you young people, I want to let you know what has been happening. Allow yourself to learn. I'm not asking you for no money. I'm just giving you free knowledge. This is how this is how you go on a revolution. And why are you going on a revolution? You need to understand 1, 2, 3 things, and 4, 5, 6, 10. Organize, and then see yourself flourish like a flower,
Economic freedom.
I hate the fact this video has a low audio.
That's why they are fighting EFF. When we fight for Umhlaba, it's not just the soil, it's your dignity as a... The only way you are going to be respected is when you own property. That's why when they came here, they never asked to rent. They took the land by force because they knew by the land their dignity will be restored. When we walk here, you can go to Max's place where the...
It's funny, these people, the people who are talking, they have it's crazy. If you look at Raila's lifestyle, I'm certain this guy has like, so he has an escort of squad of those who have to watch him, whatever is going, however you call them. I can't remember the term. Yeah, all of them. He has multiple of bulletproof cars. He has different homes, I bet, in different counties and maybe probably out of Africa. Because, yeah, these people own, they take their children out of Africa to study better further education and won't build better schools for you. So it's crazy when we have this. Sometimes I get pissed off. He's already pissed me off. I mean, you live in a lavish lifestyle. You're coming to preach me, a poor person, how to. What? Are you in the same level as me? Stop telling me how you used to be. You used to be. Can you make it work for me? Stop talking. Can you apply actions? Stop mumble talking. It's crazy.
Think they are playing. Look at them the way they walk. They walk because they walk like that. We walk like that because we have no confidence. We doubt ourselves, and that comes from lack of ownership of property. So when we walk, our shoulders drop. Half the time we holding the other hand at the back because we are apologetic and we are telling them we are not suspect. We have not done anything wrong. Then the white man comes. When he walks, his shoulders are straightened up.
What about you? What about you? These politicians, that is, the white man comes in, the shoulder is up and the chest up. What have you been telling Africans and teaching Africans to? We should walk our shoulders down, right? We should be scared. You should not talk, you have no freedom of speech. That is how you should be as an African person. Keep this here as an example. Every single day saying African men are weak. Back in the continent, they can't talk. Majority don't have a voice like a man. You're talking like, it's like you're not even in a booth. It's like you're in a booth, not even in a booth. It's like you're underwater somewhere. So nobody can hear your words. Where's the confidence? It's all because of you, politicians. You've refused to change the system of education, system of employment, system of corruption, and then you want to come tell me you employ teachers who first thing when you get to class. My name is Jobida Nelson. What tribe are you? The first question. No, not do you understand maths? Do you understand African history? Do you understand what is the African science? No, not such kind of a talk. The moment I say I'm Jobida Moi, oh, you mean Moi, the president? Oh, which tribe are you? You go figure. I really enjoyed that. Was really, really amazing, and it's still amazing to do it. Go figure. You want to know my tribe? Why? You go figure. Go figure. So this is all nonsense talk. Nonsense talk. And you'll always see people clapping back, saying how these great of oppositions are, Pan-Africanists and all that. And I understand because we don't know how to understand control. How do I say? Not controlled media, but is a term I want to use. Should be a term.
And hear and feel the footsteps. And that time, he doesn't have metric.
Yeah, Margaret Sanger. Thank you, Jibajaba. Margaret Sanger. Yep, that's her. She's the one, the founder of the family planning, and which behind it is the agenda to wipe out the Black American. Of course, not to sire any more children and to kill them through cancer. It's crazy.
Who's confident with illiteracy because he's got property. Most children of African are farmers. If you go into their farms, those kids can't speak English, they can't read, they can't write. But those are the kids that you, with your degree, you are going to be worshiping because you don't have the land. So when you speak the land, you don't talk to fools about it. Internalize it yourself. Then you will know what is the land. When you give birth to a child as Africans, you cut the umbilical cord and you bury the umbilical cord. You don't flush it. You bury the umbilical cord. What is the umbilical cord? It's a connection between the mother and the child. We bury it on the land to connect you to the land, so that every time as you stand on that land, sometimes without shoes, you will feel it inside that my presence is here, because
which you've refused Africans to have. But anyway, the major focus of him, which I think I got the wrong video. It was on the same meeting. He went ahead and ranted. Let me say ranting, because of course this education will not spread to Africans, and they won't stop bringing this family method planning without coming with a better one for African people. They won't stop them from flooding to Africa. If it's an agenda that was meant and set to work, it is happening. And if it was meant to change, it should have been done long time ago. Should have been done long time ago, when we had people like Patrice Lumumba trying to check on the continent, people like Robert Mugabe and so on. They were assassinated. So this is all Kabuki theater, what Kills calls it, and all nonsensical talks. I see Jabba Jabba, you're saying that in 1930 Germany learned from her and apartheid Israel practices her eugenics, eugenic programs. I bet she was powerful. I bet she could be is she in the path of the Rockefellers? Because this evil psychopathic mind to just be working alone. I bet she's the same family as the Rockefellers, the Rothschild. Cats with a small fish. Yeah. And I also see you're saying that he's misleading his people. Less people means powerful GDP. True. And he should create opportunities and industry. That is true. But he won't do that. No power, of course. We should understand that these people have no power at all. Totally no power. And I also see you saying that family planning is never used in reference to Mzungus. Do you think so? Is never used in reference to... Did I understand that right? Family planning is never used in reference to Mzungu. I think it is somehow, because it was brought up to them. It was brought by them, if I got it correctly. If I got it correctly. Yeah, but anyway, we're almost coming towards the end of the show, and I want to appreciate. I see Keith, you're saying that she was paid by the Rockefellers. Okay, yeah, because that is... there's no you can come up with that kind of a project like that, just you alone. Someone is backing you up, and of course it is the same people who run the world, and they do the same things. So it makes sense. Some evil psychopathic mindsets of a group that you can't just make it up. You can't make this mind up. You can't make it up. You know, it's crazy. I kind of sat down and thought so deep when you told me whatever is in the dark web is much. I mean, you've been telling me that for a while. Whatever is in the dark web is very, very deep than we imagine. And then I remember. Do you remember Jabba Jabba, the one you made me to watch? The one you told me to watch, and you told me if I watch that, I'll be ready for the dark web. Can you remember? I can't remember the name, but you made me watch that, where they're slitting the bodies, cutting the body parts and all that. So I'm trying to imagine the video I was showing you guys yesterday. No, the videos among the ones I was showing yesterday of the Pizzagate dump. The babies being beaten, being forced to suck dicks and all that. What's worse? What really was? But anyway, family, much love. Thank you so much for coming into today's show. Thank you so much for your time. To everyone who has been with me on YouTube, to all my amazing silent listeners on Facebook and on the radio station. And also thank you, Keith, for being with me on TikTok. And to everyone who was there with me from the beginning, thank you so much for getting me to this amazing likes that you've given me. And Jiba Jaba, thank you so much for also conversating with me in this today's discussion. I'm glad you have enjoyed. Have a great day too. And see you guys later on the Black Kings Frequency. And tonight on the Culture Show. And John Mosquito, may this get to you. Wherever you are, kindly don't come 1 minute towards the end of the show, because you will not tell me to just stay there and play your jam. Okay? You come to the club early and the DJ will play your jam. Okay? You don't come to the club late and then you want to give me rules of my club. Are you crazy? But much love, family. See you guys later on the Culture Show and, of course, on the Black Kings Frequency. Enjoy the rest part of your day. This is, of course, Otile Brown featuring Darasa. And have an amazing rest part of your day. Or did I say it wrong, Jibba Jab? I mean, you don't come to the club late, right? And then you want to tell the DJ, last minute the club is closed. Can you play me one more jam? Come on, I'm going to be fired. Are you crazy?